my Instagram feed is very heavy on agriculture stuff, and one of your videos actually popped up about giving us update about your beautiful garden and what's going on. So, I mean, what's the story behind it? Like, how did you get into gardening?
First, this is just so incredible. Like when I was driving in for this particular interview, I was thinking to myself, wow, how incredible is life? It can shock you because how am I going to do an interview about farming? If you told me that in maybe even 3 years ago, I would have been like, you are high. I was actually 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I was a city girl, deep. Like I did not know anything about manure. I didn't know anything. Colds affects your vegetables and all of these things. I did not know that. I bought my vegetables from, because I've never had a huge household. So I bought my vegetables from a supermarket. Like I was just like, I'm not saving that much by going to the market. So like, I'll just go to a supermarket. So how anybody watching this, I just want you to take that. It's just like, if you're feeling like things can't turn around, don't underestimate life's capacity to shock you pleasantly, you know? And so 3 years ago, I left Nairobi and I moved to Limuru. And it was my first time. I've always loved, I was the proper Nairobian, like on the weekends, how people drive out to the tea farms. And literally that was me. And in fact, in 2019, I took a photo in a tea farm that's probably a 10-minute walking distance from where I stay. And I had no idea this was coming, right? And so, so when I moved out there, I moved to like, I think people have an idea of Limuru. When you hear Limuru, they think, oh, suburbs or whatever. I'm in the Shags side. Guys, I'm in the Shags side. Like, literally, my friend's grandparents are my neighbors. His Shags is like, I'm the neighbor. Okay? So I'm in the Shags side. And so everybody around me farms, because it is the way of life and it is a farm town. If it's not tea, there's flowers. If it's not that, there's crop, right? There's dairy farming, there's poultry farm. Like, it's just, we are farmers. You go to the supermarket and it's so, where I go get my groceries, there's no vegetable section because they would think you're mad. Like, why are you coming to the supermarket chain to buy? Like, are you lost? You know, first, why are you not growing them for yourself? Or why are you not going to the market that's across the road? Like, you know, and so moving there, my first neighbor, who's an incredible woman, her name is Mary. She's in her 60s. She's one of, you know, I consider her a friend and just a dear person. She started farming in her 60s and she learned on YouTube. And so she used to farm, and obviously, like, she would share whatever she's grown, and I would talk to her a lot because we just clicked. And she would tell me all the things she's tried making. Banana, she would grow bananas, and then maybe the harvest is too big, so she tried making banana wine, and it didn't work. It became vinegar, and she's like, "Well, I guess we have vinegar." You know what I mean? And it was just so interesting watching her. And then I got the opportunity to start for myself. And I realized that farming has always been presented as this thing where first it's for older people, number one. And then it's for like older men. And then it's very complex. And, you know, it's very, if you're not studying Kidogo, you can't be here. And then it can't be fun. It's presented as this thing as like, it's like always commercial. And then because it's perishable, it's stress. Once you harvest, where's the market? And I'm not saying there's no side like that. There is. But it was never presented to me as something that I could be curious about until I met Mary. And so then I started growing my own things. And to be honest, I just grow things that maybe I like eating, or that I'm like, I want to see. I want to see how it grows. And so that's how I would say not only started, that's how it is now, right? Like, I don't even know. I end up with I live alone. So I end up with too much food. I have a gardener who helps me 3 times a week. So I'm always telling him, James, hautaki kukula, like, so I'm just like, when we have this, we have too much, right? But that's how I started. And to be honest, it's incredible touching the earth and knowing the earth is feeding me. I think as humans, we think we're separate from nature, like we're not part of nature. We are part of it, to the extent that before we started playing around with chemicals or whatever when it comes to farming, the earth, seasons, things are in season because that's what we need, right? So you would have more oranges or whatever because it's assumed at that time, maybe because of the climate or whatever, you would need more vitamin C, or you would need more. But we went and played around with it and messed that magic. But like, how incredible is that, you know? And so that's kind of like where I'm at with it.
I mean, just for 3 years, the garden looks absolutely.
The garden isn't 3 years. It's 1 year. I've lived there for 3 years, was not farming for 2 years because I was just like watching Mary. And then last year around August is when I was like, okay, where do we buy a djembe? Yeah.
I'm trying to imagine, like, during your like early childhood, were you ever exposed to farming in any way?
No. So in my shags, I come from Siaya. In my shags, I knew we farmed things. Like, you stand outside the house and you're like, oh, there are Kwara. So Kwara is grandfather. That's Kwara's coffee. Dana, which is grandmother, is growing rice down there. Come and see the mangoes or whatever. But it's never really like, in fact, I feel like I was more hands-on with like the cows, because you'd be waking up, let's go and milk the cow. Which I did once, and I was like, not for me. It's too intrusive. I don't know why we're touching cows like that. I don't want it. But I didn't have a hands-on experience, right? And so that, I think, is what's so exciting for me, is just like, especially harvest time, you're just like, guys, it's a carrot. It's a potato. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could see the excitement when you were sharing, for example, what was it? Is it a tomato?
No, tomatoes. My tomatoes all died. So it was not. It must have been a bell pepper.
Yeah, I could see the excitement in the video. Like, guys, look, this is my first bell pepper. Okay.
And my first potato and my first carrot. The thing I will never plant again is peas. It's such a waste of space, time, energy.
How?
It's like, once you have harvested, it looks like it's so much. Then you pop the peas out, and it's like, and I just, all that for this, and I just said, that was good for science, but we're never going back there.